I messed. I didn't say the names right. Can I restart on that?
Yeah.
Kind. I'm changing it up. Bro.
I could have stopped laughing.
It's all right.
Yeah, okay. This is good.
If you had any superpower, what would it be?
Super speed.
What's that mean? Like you can run all the way.
Like,
up
so if you
fast?
hear the noise, you're going to be like automatically. Like,
the reaction time.
So
That has been great. Why are you downgrading
Wait a
yourself,
second.
man? You did the
I
best.
did the
Like,
worst on my
pause for
last
like
question.
All right now. You can control the weather.
yeah. Because you're running so fast, you could make storms.
I'm the marketing man. I don't know. We got.
What?
We're going from the beginning.
I thought, yeah, we're going from the
Oh, okay,
beginning,
okay,
right?
my
Or no? I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
watch it, so we'll
I don't
know
feel
who did
bad.
the worst.
Welcome to another episode of Kanokla Chatter.
My name is Trevin.
My name is Cooper.
Today we're taking over the podcast room, and we got a chance to interview the 5 interns today: Audrey, Marcus, Ryan, Cooper, and I.
It was a great podcast. It was really fun to record, so stay tuned. Hello, Trevin. I'm going to ask you a couple questions.
All right, man, go ahead.
What is ARPU?
All right, so I was actually studying this yesterday for no reason because I was thinking about it, and I'm pretty sure ARPU is the average rate per unit. That's at least what I learned, so I know that's going to be a better answer than what I said last time, but I'm going to go ahead and stay confident with that answer.
Good job. Good job.
it's the average revenue per customer.
Oh, gosh. I thought I was close today.
All right, my next question is, what are the different lines of business?
Before we got on this podcast, I was asking. No one told me the answers. But what I think the lines of business are is CODS, the Kanokla Design Studio, IT, network, the plant area, and I'm gonna do this. No, I'm not gonna say it. Never mind. All right, that's what I got. That's my answer. I had another answer, but I definitely don't think it was a line of business.
What does the plant area sell?
Dude, I don't know. Mason just talked about the plant area. I don't know. I don't even know what they do. Hey, all right.
The other one is internet.
And I was gonna say, or did I say network?
The upstairs
Upstairs downtown, yes.
that event space.
Now let's compare that to the answer you had at the beginning of the summer.
No, I feel like I should know that one, but I don't off the top of my head.
Okay, here's a little fun question I made up. If you were a genre of music, what would you be?
My favorite genre is country, but I'm definitely I'm not a country. I don't dress country at all. So I think I'd probably be like pop. That's what I dress myself. Like if I look at Bruno Mars, what he wears in his music videos, I feel like that's kind of what my style is.
Okay.
Here, obviously, I can't look like I'm wearing jeans, so that's
Yeah.
different. But in real life, or at least when I change, I think I change it to something more. I like to really take my time and work on my clothing. I feel like style is very important to me, so I try to dress nice. And the pop artists nowadays, they dress pretty, not nice, but just like their clothes are just
Creative.
Yes, that's what I try to go for. So that's what I'd be a pop clothing.
All right, that's a good answer.
Thank you. All right, Cooper. How do different areas connect with each other?
I'm gonna say maps. I don't get, like, it's a very broad question.
I don't know, just like what you usually do. I feel like when I see you on your computer, I feel like that's kind of your answer right there.
Okay, yeah, because
And all those lines.
yeah, the cables and stuff.
Yeah. How do crews get cable in the ground? And tell me about the different sizes.
Oh, how did I forget the tool of this? I know what the tool is called. It starts with a B. There's the different cable sizes are like 12, 24, 36, 48. I think it can be like 4, 2, and 6, and 8. I think that's right.
All right, now we're going to go ahead and look back at your previous question and compare to what you have now.
So I did see, we went on a trip yesterday to Jet, and we saw a couple of the people moving the fiber because there's a highway being expanded, and he was using this machine to, like, I don't know exactly what they're doing, but this machine was like digging into the ground and doing circles, and then there's a guy on the other side, like, had like a stick on the ground to see if he was like doing it correctly. So and they had to place the flags to know exactly where to put the fiber, and then so yeah.
And Cooper, if you had any superpower, what would it be?
Super speed.
Super speed?
Yes, because it's just overpowered. You can do anything with it.
That
You
is
can
true.
control the weather.
That is
If you didn't
true.
know that, that is a thing you could do with super speed.
All right, Marcus, go ahead and identify the difference the differences between ILEC and CLEC for us.
So one of them is member areas that are dedicated to Kanokla, and the other is other areas that Kanokla has gone into, but isn't necessarily their specific area. They share it with other people.
All right, now we're going to go ahead and compare that answer to the question we gave you back originally in the summer.
I'm like 60% sure that has something to do with like different types of network.
All right, go ahead and tell me about splice counts and what all you know about splice counts.
Splice counts are used to identify the drops to a house and are used basically everywhere that we give fiber or anything else to.
Your last question, Marcus. What animal best represents you and why?
I think we're going to go with a dog because I like people and I'm fun to be around.
Okay, that's a good answer. More specifically, do you know what type of breed of dog? That was a good answer. Sounds like to me it'd be like a lab or something like that, or like a golden retriever.
Well, lab's nice, but yeah, we might just go with a lab.
A lab? All right,
Yeah.
all right. Sounds good. All right, thank you, Marcus.
Hello, Audrey. I'm going to ask you a couple questions that we talked about at the beginning of the summer. Okay, so first question is, what services does the design studio offer?
They offer some different design services for many different like things like banners and business cards, logos, websites, just a whole plethora of stuff.
Perfect, thank you. All right, the next question is, what technique, skill, or habit did you learn or use at the design studio?
I think just like making sure that things were always going on the printer with Tim, just like if he needed help, I was just asking him like what needed to be done and making sure that things were always moving and not just setting on the printer or setting in the cutter.
Perfect, good answer. Okay, now let's compare that to your answer at the beginning of the summer.
Canva is a main one that I've used, and they told me that's one they work out of, and Adobe. It's going to be a habit of every time you pick up the phone saying like a similar thing and get in a habit of using the systems the same for every person and things like that.
All right, I'm going to ask you one more question. If you were a kind of book or a book, what book would you be? Or kind of book?
This is worse than the favorite. Because
Genre of book?
I'd be
That
a
help?
boring book.
A boring book.
Yeah.
So like an educational book?
I wouldn't want to read my book, to
So
be
like
completely
a
honest.
history book that's like 1,000 pages.
No, that'd be even worse. I have no idea, actually.
An autobiography.
Absolutely not.
Okay. If you had a favorite book, what is your favorite book?
I really can't choose a favorite book, but my favorite author is Frida McFadden and her like mystery novels, suspense novels.
Okay, that works. Thank you.
All right, Ryan. Go ahead and tell us, what info do you receive most from customers? Or what info do you generally receive from customers?
I've had people call in about TVs, like what kind of router do you have? What's going on with it? What's your name? And then I can look up their account info on Calix, and then I can kind of go into a back end view of it.
And how would you troubleshoot when a customer calls?
Oh, once again, it can be a lot of different things, so it's really a case by case thing, but try to go through the simple stuff first. It's connected to internet, it's powered on, stuff like that, and then as you kind of get more into the problem, then you can specifically target some stuff.
Gotcha. All right, let's take a moment to look back at your old answer real quick.
Well, it really entirely kind of depends on the problem. The easiest stuff first, like hardware related issues, like is it plugged in, just kind of stuff like that, and then you can kind of go more in depth when you kind of figure out more of the problem.
All right, Ryan, and your last question for the day. Who is your favorite coworker?
I gotta say probably Brennan, because
Brennan?
he gave me a bunch of money on GTA one time. So
All right. Sounds good. Good answer. All right, thank you, Ryan. All right, guys, now that we're down here with all 5 of us, what do interns do? From day one to where we are now, what have you guys done?
Whenever I first got here, I wasn't really doing a whole lot. Equus just kind of gave me some practice stuff to do, and that was about it. But probably been a month in, he stuck me on the phones, and I started going out the job, so it definitely expanded a lot more.
as it progressed.
Did it get more fun as you started doing more stuff?
Yeah, I was kind of nervous about the phones at first, but after, I don't know, a week or two, I was like, okay, this isn't bad.
Over to you, Marcus.
I mean, it's usually just helping them out with whatever they need done. You get to learn about the job, but like Ryan said, it's like usually easy work to get you kind of accustomed to it, and then it gets more detailed and stuff as you go.
Yeah, for me, I started working with the design studio the very first day we got here, putting stickers on buttons. Probably stickered over 1,000 buttons for Wheat Vest. The total of the 4 of us doing that, and it was not fun the very first day, and then I got into it and I've liked it a lot more because I'm just working in the design studio and answering phones for the customer service side.
Perfect. All right, my question is, or not question, but explain the different projects / tasks that was asked from you guys this year.
I explained the TikToks and the newsletters and all that, everything you guys had to do, or we, I guess.
Oh, well, the newsletters, I mean, we all just kind of got together and kind of divvied up the tasks that we need to do. We kind of rotated it so that way nobody did the same thing twice, and it was pretty fun. And the TikTok videos, those were pretty fun, trying to come up with ideas on what to do. And
Perfect. Marcus, explain what me and you had to do.
Yeah, we did what Ryan did, but we also had our own projects, which were building our own fiber build out and learning how that works and everything. But yeah, we usually just kind of split up the tasks for the intern projects.
Whenever I was working on stuff, it was usually different designs for the company or the newsletter layout, and then also working in a whole bunch of spreadsheets for customer service.
All right, I'm kind of going back to question 1 here in a sort of way. I'm changing it up. When you got the job here at Kanokla, what did you expect to be doing compared to what you're doing right now? So like walking in day 1, what did you think you're going to be doing?
I really didn't know. I mean, I figured I would just be doing like really simple stuff, but I kind of went into it with an open mind. I didn't really have a specific thing that I thought I was going to be doing. So,
Were you pleased?
yeah, it's been fun. I learned a lot.
Good. Marcus?
I mean, I expected, honestly, to be like out in the field more or like doing more hands-on stuff than being on the computer a lot. But other than that, I did expect to work with mapping systems and stuff like that.
Yeah, the mapping systems were cool to learn about, I'd say.
Whenever I got the job, I did expect to be working in the design shop most of the time, and I didn't really expect to be answering phones and stuff because that's not what I was really wanting to do, but it ended up being really fun because I figured out I was going to be doing that in my interview if I ended up getting the job. So
I think we should go around real quick and say who our favorite coworker was here. Ryan, go ahead. I think it was you who I asked.
Yeah, Brennan.
Marcus.
This is just the actual employees here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I only really work with Zach, so I might have to just go Zach here.
Yeah, I liked. I don't know if I'd choose one favorite, but I feel like everybody I worked with, was great. I'd have to go if I were to choose one. I'd have to go with Justin, Mason, Zach, and Roy.
Roy, really?
Yeah, Roy was always funny.
Audrey, about you?
I just think I liked working at the store just in general because all of the people are amazing down here.
Yeah, that's a pretty good answer. They got some good people here. My kind of like what Cooper said, I also have a top 4. I didn't really get to work with anyone outside of marketing, but I definitely got to work with a lot of people in marketing. But I enjoyed working with like Mason. He was probably my favorite all time, partially because I got to hang out with him the most. But Kyle, I like Kyle, Irma, and I'll probably also say Justin too because I'm getting involved here more on the podcast and the content. So I like that. So it's pretty fun.
I also forgot about Wendy. I'd say Wendy too.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us today on this episode of the Intern Podcast.